To be living elemental is to be living a more balanced life. I'm your host, Sara and the founder of Jade Scott Design. Through my interior design studio and feng shui practice, I awaken clients to the idea that their home is just as essential to their well-being as is to their mind and bodies. Essentially, nature's elements create balance and support, and through the lens of home, we can utilize their power when applied intentionally. Through this podcast, it is my intention to open you up to the idea that by living elemental through mind, body, and spirit will have a significant impact on your home and your life. This week, I'm exploring another area on the bagua map, and that is the love corner. We're exploring love and relationships. This could be a relationship with a significant other, but also the relationship with yourself. When you exude love from within your own heart, then attracting love is much easier. But maybe you just want to open up your own heart space a little bit more or create more passion and joy in your life. You could also enhance this area if you're wanting to strengthen or find more balance in your current relationship, or if you're wanting to even attract a new partner, and even healing from relationships. A lot of times when we leave a relationship, you can be left feeling heartbroken and vulnerable. So that repair is really important. And that could be another reason why you might want to work on the love corner of your home. Relationships that thrive have this balance of reciprocity. There's a beautiful exchange of giving and receiving. And we know that to be true in so much of our life, right? Whether we're talking about relationships and love or money or education and wisdom. What you give, you receive back, typically many times over. So, how to locate your love corner? There's a link in the show notes to download a free copy of a bagua map. The bagua map is an energetic map that you lay over a space or a floor plan. So you would simply orient this map over your space, aligning the bottom of the map with the front door of your home. Typically, the front door is going to appear in the career section, the travel section, or the knowledge section. So once it's properly oriented, the love corner is going to be in the back right-hand corner of your space. This could be an area of life that you may want to consider layering. Layering is a term that we use when we orient the bagua map over multiple spaces within a floor plan. So we might lay it over the main floor plan. We might lay it over the primary bedroom. And that can be a little overwhelming for a DIYer or a beginner. So it's not something I necessarily recommend. But maybe for sake of beginner's mind, starting with the primary bedroom could be a really great place to start. So if you want to do that, then you would just align the bagua map with the door leading into the bedroom, and still you will find the love corner in the back far right corner of that room. And why the bedroom? Well, the bedroom represents your relationship to yourself. It represents very intimate aspects of ourselves and our partnerships, making it really a great space to enhance when working on any area, but specifically love. So whether you're in a relationship or seeking a partner, it's important that your bedroom supports your overall well-being. It should be restful, quiet, comfortable, rejuvenating, right? It should be a very yin environment. You certainly don't want to feel overstimulated in this space. So being mindful of laptops and cell phones. I highly recommend not having your work computer in your bedroom. The difference being between that and a laptop, where the laptop's a little more portable and maybe you're just browsing the internet in the evening before bed. We all have heard that, we really should limit our screen time a few hours before bedtime, and that's still true, but we all still do it, even I. Not so much my laptop, but, maybe I'm reading a book on my Kindle or whatever, but like work is very different than just general internet browsing. So not having your work computer in your bedroom, just thinking of the polarity of work and rest, right? Other things I see in bedrooms that really should be taken into consideration include exercise equipment and even books. Books were one that I had to become a little bit more mindful about. I'm typically reading 3 or 4 books at a time, and I would stack them all on my nightstand. Now, there's nothing wrong with being an avid reader, but for me, even though I was reading 3 or 4 books at a time, I noticed that I rarely finished them, or it took me a lot longer to finish them. And that was sort of showing up in my life too, through unfinished home projects or work projects, etc. So keeping books limited at my side was sort of my subconscious reminder to finish what I started. You want to ensure that everything in the bedroom is in pairs. Your nightstands, lamps, pillows. This tells the universe that you're looking for more balance and support in your relationship. And really pay attention to symbolic imagery, such as your artwork or images. I think about artwork that has like the single lady sitting on a park bench or an image of a teddy bear laying on the bed. Subconsciously, these things are speaking to us. And so going back to having things in pairs, remove anything that symbolically represents being single or lonely. You could even hang your artwork or photographs in pairs, like in 2 frames. I want to touch on the bed for a moment. We always suggest setting up the bed in command position. And I talked about this a little bit a few weeks ago, but there are 3 places in the home where command position really is primary, and that is your workspace desk, your kitchen stove, and your bed. Command position for the bed is up against a solid wall, ability to see the door into the room, but not in direct alignment with it, even and free space all around for ease getting into and out of bed. I know that's not always possible depending on your particular setup or floor plan, but really trying to set up command the best way that you can. You don't want to be in direct alignment with the door because it's too much rushing chi. Again, if you remember, doors and entries are the way chi enters a space. So we don't want it rushing at us while we are sleeping. We're really vulnerable in our sleep. So we really want to have this nice meandering chi that encompasses us without rushing at us. There's a few things we can do to rectify if that's not the case, but it's really hard to speak to it without specific examples. So maybe I'll do an episode on bed position and remedies for that. And that just leads me to this, bedroom guidelines, right? Take what resonates with you and leave out the rest. My general practice is that there really are no rules, and to allow your practice to be led by curiosity and intuition. I think that's really important to note here. A lot of times client will want to know if they're doing something right or they're doing something wrong. And while there typically are unfavorable situations, they usually can always be rectified. And that's really where the help of a consultant will come into play. But really listening and being curious and changing things in a way that once you change them, they just feel good, follow that lead. When addressing clutter in the bedroom, it's important to be mindful about your closets, the dresser drawer space. If you're attracting a partnership, perhaps clearing out a drawer or 2 or a space in the closet is another note to the universe that you're making room for a partner. Also, under the bed should be clear. We tend to store things under the bed that we haven't acknowledged in current or past relationships. Think about what you store under there, photos and other symbols of past relationships. I've heard stories from other consultants where clients had, love notes or divorce paperwork all stored under the bed. And so if you need to store here, keep it light. Extra bed linens or seasonal clothing, those types of things should be fine, but it's not about so much the clutter itself, it's about the story behind the clutter. What does your clutter actually represent? So if you're working in the bedroom or the love corner of your main floor plan, you can enhance this area with earth elements. Items such as pottery, wicker baskets, decorative accents shaped in squares or rectangles work really well. The fire element is also a supportive element of earth, so candles, lighting, and then also colors such as pinks, peaches, reds. Rose quartz crystals are a common and beloved addition for the love corner. And again, being mindful about placing things in pairs. So, two crystals, two candles, things like that. And back to the colors, real quick. I mentioned pinks and peaches and red. That doesn't mean you need to paint your walls these colors or go overboard if those aren't necessarily colors that you tend to like. But maybe you're like me, I like a lot of white linens, but you could also mix in a few variations such as ivory and neutrals so that it's, not too stark white. Deep reds and purple can help you spice things up, where an earthy yellow can provide more grounding and stability. Use these colors and apply them in your linens, your artwork, and just general decorative items. So take what resonates with you and leave out the rest. I also recommend a little decluttering and a practice of mindful awareness about your space. Starting small. Just the bedroom is enough for now. And if even that feels too overwhelming and you don't know where to really start, consider working with myself or another consultant so that you can be supported while making some of these shifts, because they are big shifts. Love is like the biggest reason why we're here. And having someone to guide you along that can be really powerful and enlightening. We can see things from a different perspective, and that perspective could be the one that creates the biggest shift of your life. Head over to the show notes and grab your copy of the bagua to locate your love corner. We've already covered several other areas in the home, and we have 3 more to explore coming up in the next several weeks. We have children and creativity, helpful people and travel, and health and well-being. So be sure you're subscribed to this podcast to get notified of all upcoming episodes. You simply just hit the follow button wherever you are streaming. And if you feel called, please rate or review the show as well. It really helps us grow and helps others find us and find the content and information that they're looking for. You can always explore my website for more information on the podcast, my home and feng shui services, and of course, check out the shop while you're there. I hope you're enjoying your summer so far. Until next time, much love and gratitude.